already had our first delivery of the day quite early. It's an Amazon Flex driver. Good morning, Morris. Come right back on up, honey. Yeah, here you go. Here you go, honey. Good morning. Good morning. We're in the 50s out here. Gonna hit about 70 today. We're warm today and tomorrow. I said tomorrow near record warm. But then we cool. We're gonna have our first freeze of the hard freeze of the season. I mean, we've really barely had any cold at all yet, but it's coming. Well, didn't see any deer on the cameras overnight in the yard. And so far I haven't seen any damage, so that's good. You just never know when that's going to happen, even when you're trying to prevent it. And Santa's elf is
busy.
Yeah, we'll walk later.
Yes,
hopefully. Oh, I've been scurrying. Let's just leave it there. Been hustling. There was Stripe, but he has moved out of the way. Bye-bye, buddy. Bye-bye. You're a good boy. I'm not late. It's right at 10:30. Says I'm going to get there at 10:58. I am a little worried, though, that a lot of people are off this week, and it will cause it to take more time to get there. We'll see. Well, there has definitely been more traffic today. Not horrible traffic, but more traffic. The turnpike here is more congested. I had to wait for 15 cars before I could turn right onto Piney Grove Wilbon, the back road. Very congested up around the shopping center, the Walmart, the Lowe's up there. So I hope I don't regret coming out today. I don't need a ton of groceries, so I don't have to get frustrated over there. We'll see what the parking lot looks like. Well, Ruby's got 2025.44.3 ready to go on. I don't know why I keep on missing these updates in the Tesla app. I'm going to have to go check my notification settings. I'm just going to change it to 6:30. And, yeah, I'm late. The stoplight's not helping. Not sure what's going on. Maybe they're practicing tight turns. I got here a little late, but Janice's next appointment was late too, so I got my full 30 minutes of pulse. And I'm going to head over to Lowe's now. Pick up a bag of vermiculite. And I think Lowe's will be a zoo. Maybe a few people in there. Yeah, this will be fun getting out behind these guys at that light up there, but that's okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe a few people picking out Christmas trees or something, but probably not in the middle of the day. Well, there's several other fire support vehicles, like the battalion chief's SUV, and there's an Apex police officer, and there's actually a third fire truck on the other side of the street, like talking to the fire truck on this side of the street or something. I don't know. Something happened while I was in here. I don't know if it was serious or educational or what. I just saw it looked like a state police even walking up there on the ground by the first fire truck. So I don't know. There's like literally, I don't think any other way out of this shopping center, but here I'm looking. Actually, there is another. No, there's no other way out of here. It's this or nothing. So when I can't get to the Goodwill, I could just go shop at Goodwill for a few minutes and wait for it to clear. Not sure what's going on. The light just turned green and some cars are moving. Okay, they'll let the one fire truck in front of the other fire truck. I think we're just going to have to wait a few extra stoplights is all. But we're going to be able to get out. So patience is a virtue. I don't know. Those two fire trucks are parked and they motioned me around, which totally irritated another driver who was just coming into the shopping center and not wanting to wait. But the fireman told me to go, so I went. But a bunch of them appear to be over there ordering from the food truck. So I don't know. Maybe they had education in here. I hope they have a good, slow holiday weekend. Well, you know I'm going to check on the maple trees while I'm here, but we're going to have some serious cold. So a lot of the stuff that's over here is not really going to make it through that serious cold. Well, I don't need a rose, but if I did, 50% off on those knockouts would be a good deal. There's Jazz Hands still at the full price. 2 bags of Carolite and clearance pack of sand. Japanese maples weren't marked on clearance, and I had them scan the barcode just to see. Also not on clearance, so I don't know. If it works out that I'm here on the day when they decide to get rid of them, it will, and if not, it won't. Well, there's landscapers here blowing, and they're blowing the leaves out from underneath the cars over here in the parking lot. You know, I'm just thrilled to see that they think that that's a good idea. It's quite crowded over here. I guess they've come across most of the parking lot at this point, and they're over in this corner. But there's no room for me to park over there today. There are a lot of Hertz vehicles. Well, I recommend businesses never sign a lease in a parking lot where Hertz does business. Hertz should be a standalone entity with their own parking spaces, and they use what they have, and that's it. Because they've basically, you know, taken up all the parking over here. And they do park even in the spots that say, you know, no rental stuff or reserved for other people. It just really, you know, it's just really too much in my opinion. I don't know if they've done this part of the parking lot with the leaf blowing or not. You know, my luck is that I parked over there and they haven't done that spot, and they'll come and blow near Ruby, which will make me want to start yelling at someone. I'm not very prone to doing that, but leaf blowers near my car, that's on the short list. I know if they point down and are careful, they can not damage her and get the leaves gone, but it's just the principle of the thing and doing that next to someone's vehicle. There's no place to park over here anyway. I've got this handmade birdhouse for $5, bells for $1.50, and this really cool Miller High Life train Christmas mug. Well, finding a parking spot in here is likely to be problematic. Come on, boys, let's pay attention. We're crossing the entrance to the parking lot, and we're not even like really looking at what we're doing. That person also had to stop and didn't stop. I would buy a little bit of this very fancy cat paper, but it's $12 for the roll. $12. It's almost no paper. So far I've survived. There are people circling for a parking space. There just really aren't many. I think I'm one more over. Yeah, I'm not super big on the smell of evergreen, but the Christmas trees, I have to admit, did smell nice there. Yeah, this was the only spot. I was really lucky to get it. So I'll just put Ruby's groceries in the frunk. I pulled into Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve. This is almost exactly where I parked the day I took that magical colored leaf picture on my way home from Whole Foods. This is just a nice easygoing parking lot to pull into for a few minutes, and sometimes I play Pokemon, and today I ate my snack and checked a couple of items on my phone. It's getting very gusty. Like I said, it's getting very gusty. I need to get out of the Whole Foods parking lot. First off, there were a lot of people waiting for spaces, so I wasn't going to sit there and eat my snack and check my phone when I could come down the road a bit. And the lady next to me was packing up, so I don't know. I actually forgot to check them, but I had 7 Century events while I was in the store. That's a lot. I was gonna look over here at the park, but I didn't. Anyway, I did walk around Ruby, and Ruby looked good, fine as far as I could tell. But the lady next to me was getting ready to leave in her big SUV, and I was just like, I think I'll just free up a space and get out of her way. You know, the main thing I wanted to get, I guess, was more heavy whipping cream, just in case. And I did that. And then, of course, I added in a bunch of other stuff, too. But I cannot say that I am disappointed with being done with being in town in grocery stores for the day. This fine grit is all over the yards. I guess it's seed. I don't know. It happens every year. So I heard the driveway alert go off and saw Don going down the driveway, and I really hadn't been in the house but like 2 minutes since he came out to get the car. I think he must be testing the garage door being open. Well, at least I'm waiting for him to turn around and come back for me. I see him up in the cul-de-sac. Here he comes. It's kind of not safe to sit over here. I'm going to have stuff all over me, but come here, Marty. Come here, Mart. Hi, buddy. That's a good boy. Well, I'm sure he's on FSD. Oh no, it shut the door instead of opened the door. Something tells me that's not what he wanted to happen. Because I don't think it's smart enough to know which is which. Maybe that you're open or closed. It just does whichever one it's not. So this is the tree FedEx brought today, Starry Skies. It's lost its white and green variegation from the early spring and not all the way to its fall color yet. Don meant to have auto close when leaving and didn't.
Yeah, I was testing that and didn't realize, I thought I had checked it, but I missed that.
It's okay. All right, we're headed to the UPS store. I think I said that. It's 4:30 p.m. and Don is in FSD on sloth mode.
Yeah.
On 14.2 now. So,
yeah.
But there's a lot of traffic up here. This is busy time.
Yeah.
First, we got to be the lead car, and then we might get to go sometime.
Right. Well, this car's been here, and they've not done anything wrong. I mean, the traffic has just been that, and there's a pile of cars behind us.
Yep.
This is one of those where Marianne should have probably reminded me, hey, go through the neighborhood.
Sorry.
That's all right. You know, well, the car was driving, so I didn't really make the choice. All right, so now that car went.
Oh, goodness.
All right, and of course she's sitting back here a little further. No, let's not pull out in front
of the dump truck.
All right, but she's gonna go if she goes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get lucky. We're gonna get lucky. We're gonna get lucky.
Wow, I didn't do anything, but I tell you, thought she was gonna piss it away.
I thought for sure you were gonna have to take over.
No,
but you didn't.
My foot was over the top of the accelerator, but I didn't touch it because I just knew she was gonna dilly dally. But she got with the program.
Yeah. Yeah, Don did engage FSD as we left we're head back down the driveway after his test, and so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's a really nice day.
You want park or drop off at the UPS store, because I can change it for you.
Yeah, probably want drop off.
You want drop off.
Yeah, and this is a case where we need to go the way that it wants to do.
Curbside. Sorry, it's called curbside. I didn't mean to be too high, but I have now changed it.
Yeah, and because we need to get there sooner than later, because
I think it's actually 7.
Yeah, well,
it's 4 on Saturdays, which keeps on messing us up, because somehow I have 5 in my head as a perfectly reasonable time to close on Saturday, but they close at 4.
Right.
They are also open on Sunday, but it's a short window, which I get. But I want to say it's 7.
Yeah. Well,
but we've got 20 minutes if it's 5. So.
Well, it's not that it's closing at 5. I'm sure it's still open, but the truck that takes all your packages is, you know, they come about 5. That used to be the time.
Yeah, I don't know, but time matters here, so
yes,
I care if it gets picked up today or tomorrow.
Yeah, you want it to be on its way today. Don't want it sitting overnight in Fuquay.
Oh, huh?
I'm bored. It's time for my nap.
You're bored. It is time for your nap. Don't be too bored.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Well, the only place today where there was, you know, a few too many people really was Whole Foods. Everywhere else was okay. But the parking lot at Guardian Angel Apex was, you know, nearly as bad as the Whole Foods parking lot because it hurts. So
yeah, well, the people are, you know, out shopping for Thanksgiving. I mean, you got today and tomorrow, and you got to have your stuff.
Yep. Michelle says she went downtown to pick Ariel up from NC State this afternoon. Ariel's home until after the holiday. And I saw that she had to, for her art design class, this special program that she was only a handful of kids got into, that she got into. She had to design paper clothes, and so she has like a paper dress, and it's not, don't think doctor's office paper disposable gown. Think frilly and pretty and feminine, and lots of thought went into it. And I saw a picture of it on Facebook this afternoon. It looked really cool. So she was like, oh, glad to be done with that.
Wow.
Yeah. But I imagine, you know, her math class and some of her other classes, is she must have, like Johnny, she must have a few exams after Thanksgiving.
Well, that means she was right off as a freshman. She was doing real work.
Yeah, because she got into that special, got selected for that special art program over there. I think she said there were only like 30 students in it. And that's saying something for NC State. So I probably won't get to edit this video until we're back tomorrow. So I'm going to let you know that our plans changed, and instead of us going down to have dinner with Johnny on Friday and Sam going with us, we are now going to pick up Johnny tomorrow and then drive Johnny back on Sunday. And I guess we'll do the same meal we were going to do Friday, and Sam can come for that meal. So I'll test out 14.2 a lot tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have figured out a way. Well, I mean, I already knew Highway 49 went from 64 down to Charlotte. I've driven it years ago, used it before, whatever. We might have even come home that way one time when the car said go this way, but we probably try to stay off 85 and 64 to Ashboro, and then 49 to Charlotte. It's only about 10 minutes longer on a typical day, but it's a lot less, it's like 20 less miles.
Yeah.
So as far as range is concerned, it shouldn't affect us negatively, at least.
Right. I agree.
And we are going to take Robot because of 14.2 and range, and just, you know, ease of dealing with any traffic headaches we might run into tomorrow where we really want the car to drive.
Yeah. Now, guess what? This parking lot's going to be a zoo also.
Oh, yeah, not a fan of this parking lot. Not a fan of most parking lots. I used to like the Walmart parking lot where they put in all those out parcels. Now I don't like that parking lot either. Well, you know, it's not looking as bad as I would have thought right here. There's a lull in the congestion, I guess. That person was having trouble seeing. They had their hand up over their forehead. And of course it's going to try to let me out on the, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know why it can't go to the right and come along the sidewalk. I just don't understand why somebody didn't think about that. You know, our friend Andy always jokes about, well, he's serious, but I'm going to say he always jokes about the, you know, kids that don't even have driver's license, let alone a Tesla designing autopilot. I'm just going to say apparently none of the young people have significant others that they need to drop off places and pick up, and therefore they don't know that this is dropping off at the curb is the right thing. Yes. Well, this is, you know, this is 100% what she should have done. And she's pulling over to let me get out.
Are you going to get out?
Yeah, well, you're driving.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we're headed to work. We're headed to South Park.
Yeah, that's what she said.
We haven't done the pogo loop today. I don't know if I'm going to make us get out or walk or not, considering
right.
That is going to be dark pretty quick. We'll see.
Okay, car.
That was about 2 more seconds than Dawn would have taken to
Yeah.
complete that right turn, since it was wide clear there.
Yeah. Can you make it
go through somewhere other than...
Well, the way you want it to go. It's going to try to make a left turn here.
Well, I tried to stop it, but it's all right. Just let it go.
Yeah, it's not offering us the...
go straight at the light, I guess. I don't know.
We just go straight right here. I mean, that's what we... I don't exactly know where it's got us pointed.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Yeah, we just want to... What we really want to do is just go straight through the light.
Right. Yeah, it makes it confusing because Main Street's big. This road, yeah, is bigger than the parallel road we wanted to go across on. But if we could have, we would have gone straight through here and, you know, down to Enna Street and then get onto Main Street. Because first off, we got to hope to make this left turn in one light, which is not likely. It's possible. And then we got to hope, then we got to wait at the next light.
You've tapped something.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I had. I had trouble telling.
Right. Well,
sometimes it's really obvious what the alternate routes are and which one you want to take, and sometimes it's not obvious at all. I guess to me, when we go across state, the big routes are obvious, but the little tiny ones around town, which one do I want to choose? It's not clear to me.
Right. Well, this route here would have been fine if we hadn't already gotten on this lane, because we'd have to go all the way over there.
Right. That's so just Judd Parkway the other direction.
Yeah, that would have been just fine, that direction, except for... we're in the left turn lane. All right, so here we've got a green arrow now. If everybody goes, we'll make this light. I said if everybody goes.
Oh, they don't care. The first people up there.
Well, you hear people honking.
Well, they should be honking. The guy cost me not to get through. She gonna go through on yellow, baby. On red.
The hell with this yellow stuff.
I don't know that you wouldn't have gone too, though.
But I would have been on the butt of that car in front of me.
Right.
I'd have been reading the fine print printed in, you know, North Carolina, or, you know, Department of Corrections on the bottom of the tag. All right.
I was being good because we were on film. I wasn't cussing people.
I didn't cuss anybody.
She needs to get in the other lane.
Well, there's nobody coming, so
okay, well, that's convenient.
I looked, and I had already decided she could play around.
Right.
Well, she's really not doing bad. I mean,
no, I mean, I think you or I probably would have gone through that light. We just probably would have.
Yeah, the only difference, like I said, the only difference is I would have been a little closer to the car in front of me, because like the guy tooting behind us, I would have been, you know, trying to encourage my fellow man to pick up the pace.
Yeah, well, those people at that light going into the chiropractor this morning, they cost me 3 or 4 minutes. And I was not pleased. And it's probably a good thing they couldn't hear what I said.
Yeah, probably so. Well, maybe I'll...
Well, the thing if it was is it turned green.
Oh, sure.
And then the first person didn't go, and then they went, and the second person was slow to go. And I'm like, you know, it is so absolutely rude when there's a long line of cars waiting to make a turn and you're the lead car, or you're up there, and you just piddle your way through the intersection like it doesn't matter.
Right. Well,
If the other people behind me I don't care about them people behind me. That was the thing that was upsetting.
Well, most cars don't have that little chime to let you know the lights turn green, and they're all...
When
they're
you're the
buried in
lead
their
car,
face.
you need to be paying attention.
Well, they're buried their face in their phone, sweetheart. They're paying attention to their phone. So
Well, I pay attention to my phone at the light too, but I don't sit there and not go when I'm supposed to go, whether the car dings or not, because I got peripheral vision. And
Well, most people are like me. They cannot multitask. You can't do two things at once.
yeah, well, the people that can't multitask try to tell the people that can multitask that they're inefficient and they're not as good as they think they are, but I don't buy it.
I ain't staying a whole lot of that argument.
I
I'm
thought
just
you
saying
would.
that-
I was giving you a chance to step in
No.
that. Did you not want to step
No,
in that?
I'll step in
Oh,
that.
okay.
I
I
just
thought
take my single thread and go about my life.
But Don really doesn't multitask. But the good thing about you is that you know that you don't.
That's right. I don't
You're not
try.
pretending to multitask and just being, you know, not great at it.
Yeah. My stack easily gets corrupted. If you give me too many interrupts, my stack gets corrupted and I'm toast.
Well, you know, I was working out, to switch in topics, I was working out in the garage this morning, you know, and Stripe came in and he didn't know what to do that I wouldn't, like, pet him or come back outside of the garage or whatever. And first off, he jumped up on the freezer where I was using as a table. And then when he couldn't get my attention, I put him down on the ground. He went and jumped up on your workbench. I have never seen him up there. I'm like, buddy, there's too much crap up there for you to be bothering up there.
Yeah, well, we're gonna pull up. I can't make it do. I want to go through the light. I don't want to make the left turn.
Well, she's not giving you that option.
Well, I'm gonna cancel her then.
Right, because we ain't getting in this left turn lane. I don't know what the problem is that she won't see how she wants to go
knows
here.
It's all red.
Yeah, but she won't. She won't go straight. She doesn't have the concept of
There's traffic out there.
you ain't gonna get through that light before it turns.
That's right.
So now we've deviated from the expected path, and she's offering you the other path. But she's done that to us a lot of times, and that's a 3 or 4 minute mistake.
Yeah.
For us.
I agree.
I was filming them, so I'd dare them to close the gap and not let you through.
Well, I gave him a wave.
Yeah, I know you did. I didn't look at the person, but...
I didn't look either. I just went.
Yeah, Dawn doesn't have the option to engage it in park, so oh well. All right, we're in the home stretch now. We didn't walk. We're going to load up stuff to take to Johnny tomorrow, and seriously, Dawn's going to go take a nap, and
Of course.
I'm going to cook us up. I got picanha again.
Yeah, baby.
That nice piece of meat for dinner.
Yeah, well, she's done well. And I remember a couple years ago when FSD started really, you know, really started doing something. And we had that unprotected left turn. And I used to say there's no way a regulator can sit in that passenger seat and, you know, keep their eyes open once she tries to make a left turn. And I didn't think it would ever do it. But I tell you what, at this point, I think you can. I think a regulator sitting in the right or the left seat just would say, wow, this is pretty impressive. I mean, it's because she kind of eases. You have to get used to her easing forward, but that's what people do. They ease out a little bit and they try to get better visibility, and that's all she does. And then she figures it out real quick. If she can go, she goes. She's done it twice today.
Well, you're so confident we need to go walk the greenway and do the Don left turn.
Yeah, we need it. Right.
I'm going to make you, stick with those words, Donnie.
Well, the problem with that Don left turn is even when I make that turn, I get all nervous. So, it's just a really tricky turn. I mean, 55 miles an hour traffic, people trying to make a left turn.
People coming around you on the right, so you can't see right at the last minute when you go. Yeah.
It has all the issues.
We have Christmas lights.
Sure do. All right, so is she going to open the garage door?
Well, she's going to open it, but I don't think she's going to go in it.
Well, we'll find out. She thinks she has 400 feet to go.
All right, well, doing the driveway in and of itself is really darn impressive, but that trick's done been handled, so now we need to handle the inside the garage.
Yeah, we need to be building on that. All right, so here comes the garage door. That's the garage door going up.
That ding.
That ding. Yeah, I told her to put the chime on.
I don't see any kitties.
She's going to make a hard left turn. And
oh no, car right there, over there.
We haven't opened the frunk in a while, and I popped it open here, and look, leaves are up underneath the thing, so they come in driving along, it catches them. I mean, it's not really a problem, but that's the first time I've ever seen leaves caught there.
We're used to leaves up top.
Yeah, up here leaves, no problem.
But with the down at the bottom, that's kind of different.
Kind of different, that's right.
Well, I guess now we have another feature that we can take advantage of compared to your fellow Tesla FSD drivers. I drove 84% of my miles were on FSD. 10.5 miles out of the 12.5 miles I drove today. I know it's not very much, but we'll see tomorrow because it's 300 change round trip over there. And I predict I'll be well up into the upper 90s%. We'll see.